It's dark, it's cold, it's snowing here, it's winter. Here are 15 chilling novels for the chilly season. Let's get going. The first is a classic in The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, of course, with all the ghosts of Christmases past, present, future. Check it out. Speaking of ghosts, as winter is known for, Ghost Story by Peter Straub, a classic literary horror novel set in the winter in New York. Nosferatu, Joe Hill, about Charlie Manx, a vampire that takes kids to Christmasland to devour their souls. Great for like a Christmas type reading. As well as here's another classic, Let the Right One In by John Idva Lindquist, about a vampire that befriends a boy and just helps him when he's getting bullied and stuff. It's pretty brutal. These next three are going to be about small towns. Jennifer McMahon's The Winter People, which deals with, I got again, a lot of small town and witches. Maynard's House, which is set in Maine, as well as The Auctioneer by Joan Sampson. These are both small town in Maine during the winter. So check that out. This next one, if there's going to be one on this list to read, make it this one. The Terror by Dan Simmons, historical fiction about the 1856 expedition in the Arctic, and two ships that get stuck in the ice and are haunted by this Inuit creature, and just everything goes crazy. And speaking of historical fiction, The Hunger by Alma Katsu, about the Donner Party and their escapades during the winter as they traveled west. Then Snow by Ronald Malfi. I read this last year about this man who gets stuck in an ice storm and decides to take a car to get to his son in another state, and they just run into these crazy snow creatures. Check it out. The Only Good Indians, Stephen Graham Jones. This is set in North Dakota. I recently read this, and it's amazing, about these four Indian men who get stalked by this Native American elk spirit. Definitely check that out. Another one I recently read is The Boys in the Valley, 5 stars again, about possession, set in an orphanage in Pennsylvania in the turn of the 20th century. And then we've got The Lonely by Andrew Michael Hurley. This takes place by a coastal English town during the winter. I've heard spooky things. I'm about to read this pretty soon. And then The Visitor by Sergio Gomez, a nice science fiction horror novel with an alien. It's nice and small. Read this for Christmas. It's amazing. And then Krampus by Brom. Amazing book about Krampus and Santa beefing. This is more dark fantasy than horror, but still, I loved it. And then lastly, it's going to be a graphic novel, comic novel, 30 Days of Night. There's a couple books in this omnibus, but it's about vampires set in Alaska if you've seen the movie. Fantastic.